minutes. Okay, so as we said, setup wise, this shoulder was kind of forward at address, getting you open. That caused you to tip and tilt, gets your arms up too steep. Now, if you try and move on the way down from here, if you try and move left there, you're just going to dig for oil. You're going to come down so steep, and the club's coming down sort of outside your ear there, almost vertical. You've got to do something now just to back it up. That's a flick. And keep the club face open. If you release the club from there now, it's going over here somewhere. So your kind of brain instinctively reacts to what's happening, and you go, whoop. As you can see now, as you come in the golf ball here, that club now is sort of outside the line of the golf ball. Shaft there now coming way outside here, across the golf ball, inefficient in terms of the strike. Even if you get a good connection, 120, 125 at best, and quite high, okay? So you can see now address, if I take this back where we start, okay? So getting that sensation, taking that right hand off, back as you can, almost felt you're coming palms, like smacking the backside up there, okay? Get that shoulder coming back underneath here, there. You can see when you do that now, how your lead arm now is visible. This shoulder now is back, aiming more towards target, okay? So the feeling now is the club's going to work this way on the way back, which, again, setup-wise instincts change quite quickly. Those movements, again, fairly quick to change. Where was it start there? Outside the line. There we go. So the shaft, we can see, dissected the ball. So club going back nicely there. There's the bit of lift here now. Okay, that'll in time go away. Okay. Now as we start come down, visualise where that wall is. That wall's behind you. You've got to try and get that club on that wall. But if we look there now at that club coming in the golf ball, look at those two clubs there. It's coming from this side, the golf ball. Thus, that shot. Whereas that one's coming from out of the ball. Thus, that shot. So the fact you're coming in more efficient, yes, you're going to still be a little bit on the back. They haven't quite moved. But I think once you hit probably about 15, 20 shots there where you lost balance twice. Even on the good shots, you lose the odd bit of balance. Okay, but if you're losing balance less, you'll feel more comfortable moving this way and finishing like that. Even though that wasn't in full swing, it's still got a good count. It's like 137, 138 count. The last was 143, wasn't it? Which is the best one you hit. Again, the main thing we're looking for now is side spin under 500. Okay, which is a sign that the club now is going to be coming more from kind of behind you on that wall down this way rather than over the top. So I do as much practice with that wall behind you, whether it's in here or at home. If you're doing it at home, you've probably got a soft felt wall in your house, I'd imagine.
Just that feeling of particularly dragging the club down the wall.
And I think the thing with that, as you said yourself, when I do that, I feel like this shoulder here is doing it, So you've got to straight away, you've got a feeling of, okay, what am I doing to do that? How does this shoulder now work that way to keep the club on the wall? If the shoulder if any time this shoulder goes in that direction there, the club's never going to get anywhere near the wall, okay? And again, we wouldn't expect it to suddenly be clicked and suddenly on that wall straight away, but with a bit of practice, after 4 or 5 movements there, step to a golf ball, you get 3 or 4 good shots. And then I think then you get quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker, and you then default back into your old habits. So hit 4 or 5 shots, step on there, maybe hit 5 shots and see how many under 500 you get. If you get 5 out of 5, back on the wall, maybe then go up a club to a 6, and then 5 out of 5. If you don't get 5 out of 5, go back to the wall, and then that's how you sort of keep progressing bit by bit. So your main focus, we said, launch angle will leave for the moment, and if that was a bit kind of like not sure how it's going to move with the footwork and everything else, we'll get that shoulder working back, staying back, the club behind you more. So basically your balance now is going to stay more into the arch of your feet rather than going on your toes there.
I think it's just, like I say, get back there and dropping the shoulder down and going that way. I'm just like, how do I?
It's too many things. Exactly. So get the shoulder dropping first, and once that is sort of happened and it's just what you do, then you can think, okay, well, this is happening now. I can just start moving this way. And again, as we said at the start, we'll do it gradually. So you'll start implementing that with your wedges and 9-irons on here, and then maybe try a couple of wedges on the golf course, okay? And then you start getting sort of 8 and 7 on here, and then try some 9-irons on the course. Then it's like 6 and 5 on here, and you just at all times you're always sort of 2 or 3 clubs behind on the course, because there's a lot more consequence out there, and it's a lot less forgiving. Here is a perfect line, no consequence. If you hit a crap shot, you go, oh, that was rubbish, have another go. It doesn't matter, does it? Yeah. So you're always finding here it's a little bit easier to do, plus there's no kind of variation in terms of where that ball goes. I would often as well, when I said to Gaz before, play a par 3 of a yardage, okay? Try and make it visually look a little bit more course-like. I mean, normally you would, I've seen it, exactly, But try and get that kind of, okay, how many can hit the green? So you can see how many hit the green to give you a visual there in terms of your numbers. Okay, mate?
Yeah, just on,
of course,
on the takeaway. Just to sort of there as well.
Yep.
Just as I'm coming up, is that club getting too far behind me?
Not at all. No, that's fine now. Because at this point here now, your right shoulder now stops kind of rotating. You hit now the arms start going up. So if you started getting the club kind of out more here, it would then get higher up quicker.
Yeah.
So we want to get that club to almost in some ways anywhere between basically there and there. That club's fine. Arguably, yes, you are a little bit behind your hands, but it's not as if it's like, I mean, I used to have Gaz would be here somewhere before I'd be like, wait, hitting the wall behind him. Okay, so yeah, that club's going to just sort of work back there. It's that movement there now, keeping the body and the hips rotated, but you can only do that hip rotation once you start with the square shoulders.
Yeah.
If your right shoulder is high, just nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go at all, and your arms have to just go find somewhere, and they just go up. All right, so yeah, get that sensation of getting that club behind you here. That's absolutely fine there. Just from here now, maybe a little bit more rotation as you go back with that right side, but that'll just come with the wall practice and just practice in general. So okay, mate.
You know, shoulder down, but if I can just get that natural.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the transition from there now, this shoulder, even on these, this was a reasonable shot. But we can see that shoulder is still kind of going that way.
That looks so steep, but still managed.
And that, exactly. Because again, and like I said to you before, in fairness to you, you have a decent hand-eye coordination. Obviously, good footballing ability and golfing ability and sporting ability to manipulate the club, and you've done well to adjust to that. But why play golf having to adjust all the time? Let's make it a bit easier and just start swinging it a little bit more efficiently towards target.
Yeah. Well, that efficiency, has always been the bugbear for me. You know,
and like I say, you're
feeling of putting all the effort in and it going nowhere. It's just
look at a lob shot.
Soul
what is a lob shot?
Well, exactly.
All the effort you could possibly put into it goes nowhere. Exactly.
I can,
you could put it off, and that's what people always.
Hit it, the less far it goes, the more exciting it is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not what I want from my 7-iron.
Well, no, exactly, because you're losing a lot of yardage. So
yeah.
Okay, buddy. Good stuff.
Cool.